There's always a little bit of a lag here. So welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto and NFTs every day. I'm Wendy O, and we're going to talk about politics, which I wish I didn't have to, but unfortunately I have to because right now it's really kind of part of crypto. So we're going to talk about Mr. T and Mr. B and Mr. K. And that's how I'm going to refer to them on this particular stream because you have to be careful. You have to be careful. And we're also going to talk about the top 3 altcoins to watch now because we've got some news stories about this, but very interesting stuff that happened yesterday. Also too, in the chat, I noticed Mr. Bootyhead said peak out today on CoinList. I believe they have an announcement, and I think we're going to be covering that tomorrow. I'm going to have to double check the schedule, but today we really have to kind of talk about what's happening because this impacts people on a global scale, even though we're talking about American politics. It just is what it is. Also too, good morning to Mr. R. Good morning to Mr. R. And I've got a poll at the top. Who are you voting for? Because I'm curious who you guys are voting for. And if you would like to add more context to the chat as to who you're voting for and why, I would love to hear that. As I've talked about before, I am a single issue voter this cycle. I will be voting for whoever is pro crypto. Could they be grifting? Probably. Do I care at this point? No, because under this current administration, we have seen so many horrible things happen to our industry. I just can't deal with it anymore. I really, really, really can't. It's coming to a point where like it's everything. Like literally under this administration, it's not just crypto. Like when it comes to women, I believe with Title IX, when it comes to, the healthcare, to immigration, to all of these things, there's lots of just different factors that are coming into play. But really, at the end of the day, single issue voter, the reason why I'm a single issue voter is because I do think that this industry does have the opportunity to change lives for the better. Are there bad actors? Yes, there will be bad actors in every single industry, any way, shape, or form. And I am 100% shadow banned on TikTok right now. 100% shadow banned. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. You have a hard time reaching out to me. I got scammed twice already. Well, if you went to my website, CryptoWendyO.com, you would be able to verify which is the real me. And also, too, I wouldn't reach out to me because I don't really do private DMs. I don't have a paid group. I do have a friend that has a group, Alpha University. They do like different types of trading stuff, but I don't really do those things. So you shouldn't reach out to me. You shouldn't send strangers on the internet money. And if you need to reach out to me, yeah, your live isn't showing up and I'm subscribed. Yeah, we've got some problems here. We've got some problems on TikTok right now. No, I'm totally shadow banned. Like the last couple videos have not been hitting the algorithm at all. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to break that. It just stinks. So we have to be careful what we talk about. Maybe people are reporting me, who knows? I don't know. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I do think that crypto does have the opportunity to change America and help America with proper regulations, because everything has to have a little bit of rules associated, because you can't always rely on humans to practice good behavior and good ethics, as we see something that happens all the time in every single industry. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into stuff. And also, I'm in a very bad mood today. Very, very, very bad mood. So we might keep things spicy. Okay. So we're going to get into our first story over here. 3 memorable moments from Mr. T's mugshot NFT event. So as you guys know, Mr. T, he is a very interesting person, and he's got NFTs. He's got all these things happening. Vote Wendy with hat. You guys, you can make all the meme coins you want. You guys can do what you want with this. I am not going to look into that today. If you want me to look at Trump with hat, you guys can come back on Sunday. I do coin requests. Okay. Shout out to Mr. Keeter, Mr. R. All right, let's get back into it. Let's stay on the course here. No, I'll look at it on Sunday. I take coin requests. We go dumpster diving. We do all of that stuff. But anyways, so basically what happened. Trump hosted the Trump card NFT gala for holders of his collection, and a few hundred people collected. So this is where all of this came into place yesterday. For a little bit of a recap, I did a video for you guys yesterday. It was super late at night. I was babysitting the 2 kids. It was a hot mess. But I did a little bit of a video to show you the clip about Trump. And before that came SAB 121. And I got my notes over here because I was making a ticky-tacky. So SAB 121, the U.S. House voted yes to overturn the rule, and it prevents regulated financial firms from holding Bitcoin and crypto. So this was something that was proposed, I believe, by Gary Gensler. We'll get to in a second. It was proposed by Gary Gensler and his people. And the crazy thing about it is they just tried to slip these through. Instead of actually making like regulations or like guidelines, they just try to ban things or do really weird stuff. And the reason why this is so bizarre, because they approved the Bitcoin spot ETF, and they approved the Bitcoin spot ETF because they got sued in court, and the court found that the SEC had no reason why not to approve it. So this is very problematic behavior, especially when we're talking about big players like BlackRock and traditional finance coming into the game. Why is this a problem? Well, it is a problem because you've approved this traditional financial product, but now you want, and you're also, and in addition to that, you're also calling crypto, Bitcoin, all of it a scam. It's used for illicit activity, bad things, that type of verbiage. Okay. But if they're bad, but people are going to still continue, like, crypto's not going to go away. It's a global thing. We're getting a CBDC. So wouldn't you want a bank to custody that stuff? Wouldn't you want a bank or a traditional financial firm or a clearinghouse or whatever the heck to be able to have access to that to protect retail? So SAB 121 makes no sense in any way, shape, or form. Okay. And the fact that you're telling a bank, which you tell people that banks are safe, that they're not allowed to custody that assets, that's problematic to me. It's very contradictory. So make it make sense. So to me, they're outright trying to ban both Bitcoin and crypto. So that came out yesterday. That's getting taken away. But then Mr. Biden also comes out and says, "Well, I'm going to veto it when it comes to my desk, and we're gonna prove it. We're gonna prove it. We are going to absolutely prove it." Okay. Now, with that being said, it just so happened that Mr. T had his NFT gala event. And of course, you're going to get some crypto chads there because why not? And of course, it had to be a DeGod, which is funny, but is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to continue to go through this. So he hosted the Trump Cards NFT Gala for holders of the collection. A few hundred people attended. Most attendees had to purchase one of the Trump's mugshot NFTs for $4K or more to be invited. Here are some of the main things that were said at the event. So we're going to talk about his view on crypto. So we're going to go ahead and bring it up. And I just think it's funny that he launched his NFT collection. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's freaking funny. Like, he's trying to whatever. I mean, and he's a businessman too. Like, I don't have an NFT collection. I launched one with in partnership with Theta Labs to give every penny I earned to the self-care lab. But this is freaking funny. To me, I think it's amazing. And this is also part of free speech. So let's go ahead and listen to the clippy clips over here and see what's going on, because there's a lot more to the story.
Yeah, crypto is moving out of the U.S. because of... Thank you for the statement. Yeah, with the goggles on.
A lot of the smartest people in crypto are moving their businesses out of the U.S. because they're scared of the U.S.'s regulations.
Because of the hostility.
Correct.
Yeah, crypto is moving out of the U.S. because of hostility toward crypto.
Correct. So what are you going to do to stop it?
Well, we'll stop it because I don't want that. I want that. If we're going to embrace it, we have to let them be here.
Yes, sir.
All right, so big shout out to Mr. Malcolm for doing that. It was absolutely amazing. So basically, Mr. T is a businessman. Is he a grifter? Oh, hell yeah, he's a grifter. And that's the thing. I am not going to put past, I'm going to speak facts here. We're actually going to be printing facts. All the public servants are grifters. I believe Trump is personally doing this for his ego. Because when you have more money than God, you need your ego stroked, okay? You need your ego stroked. Now, with that being said, I wish people would not message me during the stream. It drives me absolutely insane. But I have to have my phones on because, God forbid, there's an emergency with my kid. And in addition to that, too, like I get stuff on Telegram that's important. But with that being said, he's a businessman, okay? And I also think that he understands, crypto's not going to go away. I can get votes off of this, and I can also make revenue off of this, as he's seen. He's actually trying crypto out, whether it is a grift or not. I don't really care at this point. I don't want crypto banned in America, and that's the route that we're going. This administration has made that very, very clear. And what sucks about it, there's so many intelligent people on the blue side that could just come that they could have used to come out and done really well for the American people, but they decided not to do that. They decided to attack the one industry that money is absolutely being thrown around like freaking nobody's business. And it's just ridiculous. It is honestly ridiculous at this point. So if he gets put in office, I think that he will continue to push forward for crypto, for money, taxpayer dollars, money, donations, businesses will thrive here again, and job creation. Because let's face it, even when he was in office, because of the panorama, we have had some very tough times, and the entire economy has been destroyed since that. Is it partially his fault? Yeah. Is it the other people's fault too? Yeah. Is it all the public servants as a whole? Yes. And again, I will remind you, it's going to take a lot more than 4 years to fix what has been done. A lot more than 4 years. It's really, really going to, in my personal opinion. Give us AI projects. I gave you guys AI projects the other day, but y'all don't listen. I will take a look in Trump with Hat, but you need to request it on Sunday. Okay. And if you guys would like to make a donation to the Self-Care Lab, they've got a PayPal address would be very American of you. They are a nonprofit that utilizes boxing as a form of mental health therapy for inner city kids and anybody who wants to join the gym. That would make me even more happy. So you can donate directly to their PayPal. I don't get any of the money. Now let's get into the next little clip over here. All right. So Trump speaks on Bowdoin at NFT event. That's a lot of money for a coin. I don't like that investment. We're going to go ahead and listen to this clip as well, because why the heck not? It is just funny at this point. And again, the reason why if you're somebody who's like, I don't like him, the reason why he's gaining traction is because a lot of the things that the other people are doing, Americans are just tired of it. It is what it is. So I wish we didn't have to choose between two expired geriatrics. I don't care how smart or how sharp Mr. T is, but we're literally choosing between two geriatrics when we could have had some of the younger folks come in. And there's intelligent, equipped folks on both sides. And I'm very fair and biased, or unbiased.
Let you know that there's a token that's been released making fun of Joe Biden, and it's worth $240 million right now. I don't know if you are aware of that, but obviously I think a lot of your supporters are.
And what about 240 billion? What?
There's a coin worth $240 million that makes fun of Joe Biden. So
That's funny.
yeah.
That's a lot of money for a coin. I don't like that investment. Please, sir, go ahead.
All right. So basically, this was nice of him, and he's being honest here. I don't like that investment. So good for him. But it's still kind of funny that they brought it up. Now, this story over here. This is from Mr. Frank, which good for him. Happy about it. But he basically said, in this clip over here, Trump said, make NFTs hot again. And that's because Trump has an NFT collection, which I absolutely love. So thank you for posting that. But this clip over here, this is from Mr. Ryan Selkis. Ryan also has a company called Masari. We use Masari almost every single day for the show to help curate content. The reason being, it is a superb platform. If you guys are interested about it, we do have the link on my website. I don't make any money from it. It's just a direct link to their website, but I like to offer you guys products and services that are really dope. It's not a ref link, or you can just go check it out on his end. It's a great product. If you want to, great. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. But again, I like to share products that are awesome with you guys. So I'm not being paid to say it too. They give me access to the platform. That's about it. But he said here, I didn't expect to share that I was in Mar-a-Lago last night, but President Trump spoke very high about crypto and then invited me and Mahalo, I hope I said that correctly, which is the founder of Polygon Technology, on stage to say a few words. Fight for crypto and support him.
Thank you, Mr. President. Beautiful flow. We had a nice cocktail reception outside. And there's 50 million crypto holders in the U.S. That's a lot of those. And I don't want CoinDesk anymore. I did rebuild it. I built another company since called Sorry, but that's okay. My friends at CoinDesk ran a poll that showed me beating Joe Biden on crypto voters by 5 million. Good. So, and I think what that really has to do with is the frustration that people have with the administrative state right now, particularly the SEC and some of the overreach from the Biden administration. And you'll feel that frustration in the room. You'll feel that in a number of rooms that you go to if you talk to crypto users. And I think it's about time that we bring and prioritize American tech jobs, American jobs in general, and make sure that we invest in technology that is going to extend the dominance of the dollar and ultimately ensure we are able to defend ourselves against attack from China, both in terms of tech and in terms of their digital models. So thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you both very much. I will say the crypto thing has really been amazing what's happened in the last short period of time, and it's really, you've done a fantastic job, by the way, both of you. And you know, when we started the NFT thing, NFTs were not hot. They were not hot. And then we came out with Series 1 and it went through the roof immediately. It was...
See, this is the thing, and I'm going to explain this to you guys. I'm going to put you all in some game, okay? Is Trump a grifter? 100%. Do I rock with it? Hell yeah, I rock with it because he's so upfront about it. And most people I'm going to try to explain this in the most non-offensive way. People that come from money and people who are about the bottom line, which there's a lot of people in this industry that are about the bottom line, but they won't tell you that. Trump's about the bottom line. He said it multiple times. The way that you catch people's attention is with wealth. Money does not talk, it makes people listen. And that's exactly what NFTs did for Trump. It made him listen, pay attention to everything that's been going on because he made money and he made it fast. And that impacted his bottom line. And I tell you guys all the time, BlackRock and JP Morgan and all these big players, they are going to care when it impacts their bottom line. And that's why they made the choice to merge over in crypto in some way, shape, or form. And it is extremely important to note. Very, very, very important to note that, okay? Very, very, very important to note. I'm losing my mind with Telegram right now. It's just so many damn notifications all the time. Oh, God. Anyways, I'm having a day today. I'm so freaking irritated, like beyond irritated. It's just not working, the things. But anyways, let's get back to it. I want to get through the stream because I'm just in a really bad mood today. Anyways, this right here. Crypto users hit 300 million worldwide. Here's the percentage of people who own crypto in these countries. So UAE, which makes sense, 30.5%. I would imagine most of them are in Dubai, Vietnam, US, Iran, Philippines, Brazil, all of these other places, okay? And crypto's not going away. It's not going away. And this is just more proof. So we're talking about the bottom line. We're talking about money. If there's so many people from so many different countries that are so bullish on crypto that are holding it now, why wouldn't? And Binance has helped on board most of these people, by the way. But why wouldn't you want to incorporate it into your daily economy, especially in America, especially when things are so bad right now? I told you the amount of money that we saw being thrown around in Dubai for token 2049, that would have made a difference for a small Midwest town. That would have made a difference for even like a place like Vegas or Los Angeles or these big economies already in America, because you're giving people work, you're adding jobs, you're adding revenue. Like that could be a game changer for a small business, a coffee shop that's right next to a hotel, something like that. Obviously, not everybody's just going to go into that shop or hotel. But at the same time, the money is just flowing around. It was just insane. Like those Uber drivers were printing out there. They had to have been. It was crazy. But to me, again, it's like we have so much interest in it. Give us light regulations. So I just don't understand what the problem is. I really, really don't. But it is what it is. And that's why I'm voting with my pocketbook. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about Ethereum over here. Ethereum reverts back to inflationary asset falling fee reducing Dencun upgrade. Well, we talked about this on the show. And the funny thing about it is a lot of people will call me an idiot and say I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't speak the way that they speak, because I don't come from where they come. And that's okay. But I had Seth Mind Your Biz on and we talked about this. And I also sat down and talked to a lot of the miners about this. And they're like, it's a joke. It's not going to fix anything. And they were right. So we talked about it on the show. We were the first to break this years ago, even before the conversion from proof of work to proof of stake happened. And I also think that it was done strategically. Vitalik and Consensus and the ETH Foundation people, they are 100 in bed with the bad guys, 100% in my opinion. Do I care? No, because I want my bags to pump. Is what it is. Does it suck? Yeah. Is ETH decentralized? To an extent. Do I like it? Yeah. Can you build on top of it? Yeah. But again, when you have human interaction in this crap, these are the type of things that happen. So the merge was just to me, it was a big waste of time, in my personal opinion. Are people able to generate a bunch of revenue with the POS, with the staking, et cetera? Yeah. But what did it do to the miners? It kind of kicked them out, and they were the ones that were boots on the ground first. So I don't know. Was it a good or a bad thing? I don't know. Just pump my bags to $10,000 Ethereum so I can cut a big check. Anyways, so that's just my opinion on the whole entire thing. But let's get back into it. Ethereum's Denkan upgrade aimed to reduce fees and scale the network, but it made ETH inflationary again. It's supposed to be deflationary like Bitcoin. Transaction fees are now 4 times lower on average, leading to less ETH burn and increasing supply. Before Denkan, the London upgrade burned fees, making ETH deflationary after the merge. Denkan's dark sharding upgrade improved block storage, but led to an increased supply, reversing deflationary pressure. One cool thing about this, though, is that it's creating jobs and it's boosting the crypto economy because now we have layer 2s. And a lot of people like to use Polygon-matic, and people are able to use QuickSwap and all this other stuff. So they're printing. Shout out to Mr. Maniac for the $2.99 super chat. Guys, we have over 300 people watching. Make sure to smash a like and get it up, get it up, get it up. Grand afternoon to you too, baby. Grand afternoon to you too. So I don't know. Do I like Ethereum? Yeah. Is it going to pump my bags? Yeah. But I just think there's just so many shady things that happen behind the scenes, but it is what it is. Anyways, next, let's go ahead and talk about crypto bubbles. Yay, I have an AKT bag that's stuck on Kate. I don't know if I can get it off ever. So Render's up, Hex is up. Shout out to the Hexicans. AR is up, Ton is up. Shout out to the Ton community. AOS, Rune, yourmom.com is up. And I just want to do a little quick market update. Also to you guys, we're partner with both CoinCatch and Femex. The ref links are down below. If you want to use my ref links, not your keys, not your coins, then you need to read the terms of service and understand you shouldn't leave coins on exchanges, etc., and understand how these work. If you don't want to use my ref link, that's fine too. So out of all the insanity yesterday, Bitcoin only had a move up to about $62,000. I had posted a chart on Twitter just saying there's really no need to worry. Like this pattern is totally fine. Even if we got to move down to $50,000, which I'm not saying we're going to, there's really no need to worry. Like we're in this downtrend here. We broke above the trend line. We kissed 65.6. Now we retapped on the trend line at about 61.4, and we kind of uncertain where we want to go right now. Market CIPHER indicates a move downward. Taking a look at the 4 hours trying to pop up, but we did find a local bottom also. So hopefully we move back up and break 66,000. But even if we don't and we fall back down in this area, I'm fine with it. Again, $50,000 would be approximately, we already got the 20% pullback at about $60,000. And then we got the 20, and then we hit a 25% pullback at about, $55,000, and a 30% pullback would leave us at about $50,000. So to me, we can dump that far down. I'm not worried about it. To me, it's bullish, in my personal opinion. Pullbacks are good. Remember, we saw the great pullback of 2021. We saw 2 of them. We saw one over here, 2021, and then we saw one over here, 2021. So we saw in March, and then we saw in November. That ended up being the bear market. This one was just a crazy 50% pullback.28 as far as Ethereum goes, Ethereum's not looking too great either. Ethereum already completed a 30% pullback, and it looks like we might retap on 28 and then possibly down lower. So we'll see what happens with that if we get the breakout or not. Ethereum doesn't look as healthy. Now, a lot of people love Optimism. I'm just not really big on it, but I want to highlight it for you guys, for those of you that are. So apparently their super chain now supports layer 3 chains via OP stack. I don't know what the hell a layer 3 is, but let's go ahead and learn about it together. So builders of these layer 3 chains will get funding and support from Optimism. Layer 3 chains work on top of Optimism's layer 2 chains. Optimism adds features to help these chains work better. Several teams will help build projects build layer 3 chains. L3 chains can do more and handle more transactions than the other type of blockchains. Other projects also working on similar ideas to make layer 3 chains. I think this is absolutely ridiculous. Like at this point, when is enough enough? When is enough enough? Like to me, this is grifting. This is crazy grifting. Like we have layer 2 chains, we have layer 1 chains. Like why can't we just modify the existing chains? Like work on that. I don't know. I'm not a dev, so maybe I'm just a big idiot. that's fine too. I don't mind at all. But to me, it's funny. Like, this industry, and are they bad actors for doing this? No, because they're trying to get as much money as ethically as possible and build cool stuff. But it's just very interesting to me. We have so many different chains. So many different chains. Not 2 chains. So I don't know. Am I going to use it? Probably not. If I want to use something, unless it's completely seamless and is built into an application I use, but unless it's completely seamless, don't want to do it. So I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts about layer 3 chains? I also want to get Gamer's thought on it too. Shout out to that person. Yep, lots of Dubai startups. Yep, lots of money over there. Lots of money over there. I don't know. I'm curious about your thoughts on Optimism. I don't use it. Also, too, Injective has another layer. So layer 3s are the deal now. Injective, underperforming in crypto markets, now plans layer 3 chain on Arbitrum. Why? So they want to launch their own layer 3 network called InVM. In EVM in the Ethereum ecosystem. They're a Cosmos-backed blockchain. If you don't know, Secret Network is a multi-chain privacy DEX that is also utilizes Cosmos. EVM will be compatible with Ethereum Wallet, Virtual Machine, EVM, and connect Ethereum, Cosmos, and Solana. And we'll use Arbitrum's Orbit toolkit for infrastructure, which will allow devs to build customizable chains with Arbitrum tech. The integration aims to unlock new opportunities for devs within the Layer 2 ecosystem while maintaining fast speeds and low fees. Transactions on NVM are going to contribute to Injective's tokenomics, including burn mechanisms. Co-founder of Injective Labs highlighted integration significance in bridging Ethereum, Cosmos, and other layer 1s, enabling cross-chain asset transfers. To me, when I read this, it's like our bags haven't pumped enough, so we're going to introduce something new to pump price. So there's going to be a bunch of tokens and all kinds of stuff on it. So I just don't understand why you don't work with what you currently have and make it as good as you can and then launch something if you need to. Because maybe what you initially have is just not working and it's a bad business model. I don't know. I just think that layer 3s are kind of ridiculous. Like, is that the new narrative? So I guess we're going to all be grifting into layer 3s now. Is that it? Yep, and Gamer, I want to hear Gamer's opinion here. The question is, why have a layer 3? Adoption will be hard as people do want things to be simple, and this doesn't sound simple at all. It's hard enough to get these peeps onto layer 2. I agree. I totally agree, Gamer. And that's my issue. And again, like when I talk about these things, I know I don't sound as intelligent as like the devs and the people building it, or whatever, the people that have a better understanding. Again, I don't have a STEM background, so I'm doing the best I can, but I come from a place where most Americans come from, and we're trying to understand why we need this. Like, if you can explain to me your use case and why it's valid, I'm happy. Like, cool, I'll rock with your project, I'll use it. But until I get until I get an explanation that makes sense for an average American, I'm not sold on it. And it's not necessarily because I'm dumb, it's just because I'm realistic and I'm practical. And I think I speak for most middle Americans and most Americans from different tax brackets or classes, to where, why do we need this? And that's the thing. A lot of people will build things and they're not going to understand why it's not going viral, why people aren't using it. You have to think of it this way. Somebody that has a family, or somebody that just, works a 9 to 5, that has a family, or maybe is an entrepreneur, if you're creating something, how is this going to make their life easier? Why should they use it? Or you pick any demographic in America. Okay, so for example, this demographic has 20 million people. How can I get this demographic with 20 million people to use my product? That's a way that I think about it when we do marketing, or when I consult for projects, or when I create media for projects, or when I market myself. Why is this different? What needs does this fill? How is this going to make your daily life easier? Why should people pay attention? And when I was doing a lot of the in-person events, one of the big things when people would come and be like, I don't know a lot about crypto, I want to learn. One of the things I said, would I talk to them, I'd be like, well, what do you do for work? Or I would talk to people in the old neighborhood, or even now, what do you do for work? Oh, cool, you work in healthcare? Well, this is how blockchain can make it better. Oh, cool, you work in baking? This is how blockchain can make it better. Oh, cool, you're sending money to a friend or family member in Italy? Cool, this is how blockchain will make it better. And like, oh, that's so cool. And then the conversation sparked from there. So I don't know. I just come at this with a different approach, which is fine. It just sounds weird though, layer 3. Next, Solana-based marketplace AgriDex raises $5 million to tokenize agricultural industry. They're bringing commodities onto blockchain by allowing crops to be bought on the marketplace with finalized deals backed by non-fungible tokens. I think this is wonderful. This is a great use case for NFTs. There's a lot of different use cases. We talked about Vivi the other day, and their platform, in some cases, and in most cases, I don't believe you can actually remove the digital asset. And that's fine, in my personal opinion, because some people just want to hold on to that asset and be able to look at it or show it off or whatever. And that's fine for some people. Those are for that platform's for real collectors. Plus, too, when you think about it, when you're dealing with licensing, people don't understand what a complex industry it is. It is a whole economy. It's crazy. There's people that literally go to like UCLA for that industry. But when you're talking about getting licensing rights from or IP rights or any of those rights from these large companies, you have to follow by specific guidelines. And maybe they said, cool, we'll go ahead and allow you to use these if you keep it on this platform. We don't want it running around. So that could have happened too. But I digress. There's different use cases for NFTs for different people and different things, different companies. And I think that this is actually a really, really cool one, in my personal opinion. So the marketplace allows for buying crops and deals secured by minting NFTs. And the agriculture industry is worth approximately $2.7 trillion. And the agriculture industry is just another grift, not the actual farmers and not the people that are cultivating these things and working hard to feed and to produce, but like how we have commodities and people can trade, all that kind of BS. It's just another big grift. Now we're going to get back into a little bit more politics here. These are the 21 Democrats who broke ranks and supported crypto today. All of these people went ahead and did so I appreciate them. And I'm not a red versus blue people. I'm a good person people. I want to see where good is happening. So shout out to all of these blue people that understood that the predatory practices that's happening over at the SEC is ridiculous. And we talked a little bit about SAB 121 earlier, but I'm going to read it to you just in case. So it's an SEC crypto rule that requires financial institutions that are safeguarding customers' digital assets to hold those assets on their balance sheet. That means bank would be required to take on significant capital, liquidity, and other costs. It makes it unaffordable for banks to custody customers' crypto assets. McHenry said that this harms consumers and makes them less protected. It limits options for consumers. It could leave American assets vulnerable if there is a bank failure. The House of Financial Service Committee wants crypto to be treated as the same as other assets like stocks, and a stockbroker will custody your stocks, and if the entity goes bankrupt, your assets are safe or protected. They're not, though. We talked about FDIC insurance the other day. I think only 2% of deposits are actually covered if all the banks were to collapse. So it's really not. The SEC says SAB 121 rule is guidance, but opposing lawmakers believe it's enacting sweeping policy changes. It is. It's ridiculous. Yesterday, the resolution to overturn SAB 121 passed with bipartisan support, 228 to 182. 21 Democrats joined 207 Republicans to pass it. Tom Member said the resolution is an effort to protect consumers and foster innovation in crypto markets. He said it is also critical to stop SEC's regulatory power grabs, and the resolution now has to pass Congress and Biden's desk. And the interesting thing about that, Mr. Biden said that he would be vetoing it. He said it would disrupt the SEC's work to protect investors. The fact that our country is falling apart, and this is what they're dealing with right now, these are the conversations they're having, are ridiculous. We can live in a world where we have the spot ETFs and people allowed to custody their own crypto. It's ridiculous at this point. This administration is just out of control. It really, really, really is. And again, it's not just all the blue people. There's a bunch of red people too that are doing bad. Make sure to smash like and share this. Support me in the channel. Yeah, this is Mr. Steven on this as well. So basically, like, and the thing is all a damn game. It is all a damn game. I think my shadow ban is breaking over on TikTok. It's literally a game to them. And this, I'm not going to get into it too much, but he needs to, this is just ridiculous. People are so ridiculous. President Joe Biden claims inflation was 9% when he came into office. Inflation was actually 1.4% when he took office in January of 2021. The fact that we have 2 geriatric expireds to pick from, it's sad. MasterCard, Citi, JP Morgan, Visa test distributed ledger solutions for settlements. They are collaborating on regulated settlement network to modernize financial markets with distributed ledger technology. They're not going to ban crypto, but they're going to make it so hard for retail to use it that it is essentially a ban. That's what it is. Anyways, it was endorsed by New York Innovation Center, the Fed, and RSN aims to simplify settlements by integrating different forms of money and securities onto the platform, reducing risks like errors and fraud. The phase expands to include more institutions, but still exploratory and may not lead to commercial deployment yet. It's not going to. We're going to talk about Robinhood later. I'm going to do a second video on that later. Because it's just, that's another atrocious thing. Proposed U.S. Blockchain Integrity Act would ban crypto mixers for 2 years. It was sponsored by 5 Democratic Congress people led by Sean Castellan. Aims to prohibit financial institutions from accepting funds processed through mixers. Violations could lead to civil penalties and up to $100,000. Treasury Department tasked with compiling a report during the 2-year interval. See, this is wrong. And the reason why it's wrong, you know how many dollar bills that I've gotten that are disgusting, that have bad things on them at the grocery store and just in and out? But banks take that. You don't, and it sucks though. It's like you don't know where your money is coming from, or your dollar bill could have been used for an illicit transaction and you don't know. So all of these little things they're doing, they're just trying to ban. That's all that it is. They're just trying to ban things. And this is again why we're seeing so much more of this come out on that particular side, and that's why I'm just so against it. It's just ridiculous. Like, what are you actually doing? What are you doing? Aren't there other things in your district you should be concerned about? Are there actually people struggling that need your help? How are the schools in your district? Are they a 3 out of 10 or are they a 10 out of the 10? Is there poverty? Is there homelessness? Talk to me about that, Talk to me about that. This is stupid. It's stupid, it's moronic, and it's a waste of time. I'm going to apply to be a public servant because I want to make some money by doing nothing. Now, that's what these people are doing, just a bunch of nothing. They're paperwork pushers. All right. Don't care about that. All right, you guys, that's going to be the show today. I'm just crappy. I'm in a bad mood today. I'm crappy. I need some me time, but I still have work to do. I'm still going to go ahead and I'm going to make a video for you guys on Robinhood because there's some ridiculous things that's happened. I got to figure out how to get unshadow banned by TikTok. It happens every once in a while. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the channel and supporting me. I appreciate you all. Sending everyone love and light. WendyO is in fact out. Bye-bye. All right, my beautiful babies. Thank you guys so much for having my back and being here. I'm just crabby today. I have bad days. Like, I've got a lot of family stuff I'm dealing with, and I need to